Kirpal Singh, the founder of Ruhani Satsang and one of the most popular Shabd yoga gurus of the last century, claimed that he could give direct personal experiences of inner light and sound to his followers during their very first meditation sitting. Of the some 80,000 people Kirpal Singh initiated from 1948 to his death in 1974, a majority of them claimed to have had some type of inner experience, ranging from simple visions of blue, green, and red lights to hearing subtle sounds like a bell, conch, or a flute, to sophisticated encounters with radiant yogis, sages, and mystics. At first glance, Kirpal Singh's claim is really quite impressive. Here we have a guru who's willing to put his competency to the test, unlike the plethora of other wannabe masters who hide behind the veil of secrecy. Quote, "My miracles are only meant for the select few, not the public," unquote. However, on closer inspection, it turns out that Kirpal Singh's transmission of spiritual experiences has more to do with human psychology than with his purported mastership. In the early 1980s, when I was teaching religious studies at a Catholic high school, I tried several meditation experiments with my students which convinced me that Kirpal Singh and other gurus like him were taking undue credit for their disciples' inner experiences. In my trial meditation sessions, I informed my students beforehand about the possibility of seeing inner lights and hearing inner sounds. I informed them that I knew of an ancient yogic technique that would facilitate their inner voyages. I turned the lights off, instructed them briefly about closing their eyes gently, and looking for sparks of light at the proverbial third eye. I told them that I would touch some students on the forehead lightly with my fingers. They meditated for some 5 minutes. I then proceeded to ask them about their experiences. Kirpal Singh invariably did such a process directly after his own initiation ceremonies. He also kept a running tally of how many saw stars and so on, something which I have called the Kirpal Statistic. To my amazement, since I felt that Kirpal Singh and others were actually transmitting spiritual power, the majority of my students reported seeing light. A few students even claimed to have visions of personages in the middle of that light. Others reported hearing subtle sounds and the like. I repeated the experiment on 4 other classes that day. I have also in the past 10 years conducted the same experiment on my college students, both undergraduate and graduate. The result, though differing in terms of absolute numbers, is remarkably the same. The majority sees and hears something. It doesn't take a neurologist or a sociologist trained in statistics to realize that Kirpal Singh and others were simply tapping into an already built reservoir of meditational possibilities. However, religious devotees seem overly eager to give up the responsibility for their own neurological happenings, believing instead it takes a master to draw their attention within. The Kirpal Statistic is exactly that. The probable outcome that the majority of meditators, provided the necessary instructions in Shabd or Nod yoga practice, will hear and see something.